Okay, so I am actually restarting this one. I'm literally just going from um, the one I made before. Actually, let me show you that. I'd started a pattern to create a sweater, and I really like it. It's going to be a beautiful sweater. This was going to be the back panel, but I just chose a size that's too big for me. And once I got enough rows and I saw how big it was going to be, decided, okay, nope, I am going to take this all out, or frog it, as we say. And so I'm literally just pulling this out as you pull. That's the nice thing about crocheting. As you pull, it just comes right out. All of those stitches that I did at the beach sadly are going to go away. It didn't take me too long though, so no big deal. So anyway, I am starting with 86 chain stitches instead of 100 and some. And that's going to be the sweater that I'm creating. So this is going to be the back panel. And I'm still getting used to crocheting while videoing, so it's not as fast as I usually go, but it'll be okay. Here we go. So also I've got to get it so that it's focused on where I want it to be focused, which it's not really right now. It's focusing on my lap. We'll figure it out. All right, here we go. There's 86, and I'm going to move this to the other side, make it easier. And now I am going to start with treble crochets into the 4th stitch. So I'm going to count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 4th stitch. And to treble crochet, you loop it around twice, put it through, yarn over and pull it through once, pull it through 2 of them, pull it through 2 of them, and pull it through 2 of them. There's a treble crochet, and I have to do that all the way across. So I guess as I start with my treble crochets, I will try to do some, nope, that's double crochet. Talking and crocheting at the same time is going to be interesting. So let's see. 2 around. Once I get in a pattern, it'll be easier. So let me get started. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So when it comes to patterns, I have a complicated feeling about patterns. Over the years, I've used patterns. I guess actually, let me start farther back than that. I have been crocheting off and on since I was about 9 years old. I am 43 now, so that's a whole lot of crocheting. I actually taught myself to crochet at first using a how to crochet book that I bought at Barnes & Noble a very long time ago, back before the internet was really a thing. And so I crocheted a tiny bit when I was that young, and then more once I was probably 12 or 13. Actually, it might have even been 14 or 15. Once the internet was more of a thing, I found a website that taught me how to crochet, and now that I'm talking, I'm double crocheting instead of triple crocheting, so let me stop that. I found a website, and it was like, I can actually remember what the website was like. It was, thinking on it now, it was a very simple website that somebody had put together that had very simple little videos that were probably super grainy and not extremely easy to see with, but I could replay them as many times as I needed to, and that was how I learned the most crocheting, was using that website quite a long time ago. So that would have still been in the 1900s, probably the 90s, late 90s, and at that point I really just crocheted scarves, and I think maybe I made a baby blanket for somebody and some hats and things like that. I got into it a little more again in college. I made scarves for friends and scarves for myself. Made a really, really ridiculously large Afghan for a friend to use as a bedspread. It was the first friend I had who was getting married, and now that I think of it, looking back, I'm kind of embarrassed that I gave that to her. It was so ridiculously big, and I don't even know if she liked the color, but I put hours and hours and hours into that bedspread Afghan that I made for her. And yeah, that was in college, my crocheting in college. For some reason, I have never really enjoyed using patterns. I've always liked the, crocheting. I've liked making up my own things. But I really don't enjoy making something that somebody else made the pattern for some reason. So I'm attempting to do that with this. I guess I have in the past. I've made things, I guess I've made a baby blanket before, but I normally take whatever the pattern is and I change it and I make it into my own. So this is the first time I am truly trying to use a pattern and create a piece of clothing. That's not true. No, now that I say that, that's not true. When my children were babies, I would follow patterns and I would make baby booties and I would make baby hats and that sort of thing. I think at one point I was also knitting, and so I knitted and crocheted a couple diaper covers when my children were wearing cloth diapers out of wool, and that actually worked pretty nicely. What other patterns have I used? Those are the main ones. I had one pattern that I used for baby booties over and over again for years. I made them for my own children. I made them for nieces and nephews. I made them to give away at baby showers, that sort of thing. And I should make more of those sometime. I don't know as many people having babies now that my children are teenagers. Most of my friends' children are teenagers or older. And yeah, it's funny, once you're kind of out of the baby stage yourself, you tend to know less and less people who are having babies. But I don't even know, do people wear baby booties anymore? I guess my kids did. Not everybody else did, but my kids still did. So I'm sure there would be some families who would still appreciate them these days. So anyway, at this point, I am trying to crochet more because I know I enjoy it so much. And so I've been making it a point to try to get my crocheting out at least once a day. And recently I've started making videos and posting them online. So getting distracted. Making videos, posting them online, doing it more each day because I enjoy it. Good grief, it's already 10 minutes and I have not crocheted that much. So, let's see. Try to think what I was talking about because I lost my train of thought. It's a problem with pop-ups on my phone being right in front of my face while I'm crocheting. It is not super helpful. Also noticing as I'm talking, I'm going a whole lot slower and my yarn has gotten twisted around a little bit. So I'm going to pause for now.